Now that you're attracting clients to you and receiving requests through your questionnaire form, you should now be able to talk about pricing with your client. There's a few different ways to go about pricing your services for geofilters, and the two main ways that I've seen are packaged pricing and quoted pricing. Packaged pricing is offering a few different options or packages for your services, ranging from low, medium, and high depending on what the client needs, and the prices and features stay the same no matter who your client is. This is great if you just want to simplify the pricing process for you and the potential client. The potential client can see exactly what they'll get and exactly how much it's going to cost because it's the same from client to client. And this can help you by simplifying the quoting process so you don't have to spend a lot of time developing specific quotes based on each project that comes in, and you could just get straight to the work. On the other hand, there are a few hidden downsides to package pricing that aren't really apparent right away that it's important to keep in mind. When you have package pricing and have the price as the first thing the customer sees, you immediately make them think about the money that they're going to be giving up rather than how you can help them solve their problem. Though the person does care about money, they care more about getting their problem solved. And when they're on your website, they're looking for you to help them with their problem. And when you focus on money, you are distracting them from them getting their problem solved and refocusing the conversation on the money they're going to be giving to you. The reason why this can be bad is because when someone reaches their website, they're most likely not ready to buy at that moment, and you're just reinforcing any hesitations or objections they may have and prevent them from actually reaching out to you. Having package pricing and showing your prices up front also opens you up to comparison. Even if your services are different, the person automatically sees price and they want to compare it to what else is out there. And possibly the biggest downside to package pricing is the fact that each of these packages have the same set of features and benefits for each client no matter what their situation is. This means by having a one-size-fits-all solution, you're essentially excluding anyone who has needs that fall outside of the features and benefits that you offer in your packages. And this may mean that you're actually turning down clients without even realizing it, who have more specific needs and could potentially pay you more. However, they don't see the specific things that they need within your packages and may just assume that you don't offer them and move on to someone else. Also with package pricing, the needs for each project are going to vary. However, you're still going to get paid the same regardless. Just because the person's needs fit the features and benefits you have to offer in your packages doesn't mean each project is going to cost the same in terms of time and resources. For example, in your packages, if you offer geofilter design and submission, one project could take 5 hours of your time and have a $5 submission fee, while another project has 12 hours of your time and has a $20 submission fee, but in both cases, you're getting paid the same. So those are a few things to keep in mind when thinking about doing package pricing, and another way to do it is through quoted pricing. The way quoted pricing works is taking all the information up front and then take a look at everything the project will need, and then you give back that amount to the client that is tailored specifically for their project. A benefit of quoted pricing is that the potential client is able to express exactly what they need for their project without the barrier of thinking about money up front or having to make a payment. This is a great way to start off the relationship, as they are able to express exactly what they need and you are able to respond to see if you can actually help them, and the quote that you provide is going to be everything that they need and nothing that they don't. So they will feel that this is a customized solution exactly for them. A downside to quoted pricing is the fact that you will be spending a lot of time responding to quotes even if they don't materialize into an actual client. Because quotes are going to vary from project to project, you're likely not going to have publicly displayed prices that potential clients can go off of. So naturally, these potential clients are going to submit a request so they can get a quote for their project and see how much it's going to be. And this may lead to people who aren't necessarily serious or ready to hire someone to create them a geofilter to submit a request anyway to understand what you're going to charge, even if they don't really want to work with you. And this can be time consuming on your end because you have to filter through those emails and respond with specific quotes to each one of them. So that's something to keep in mind when thinking about the pricing structure you decide to go with. And now there's a few things to keep in mind when thinking about pricing a specific geofilter. The first thing is to understand your target audience and how much they value a geofilter. For example, a teenager that is looking for you to create them a community geofilter is going to value that geofilter less than, say, a mother getting an on-demand geofilter for her daughter's birthday. This is because the teenager that wants the community geofilter is going to receive less personal value from that geofilter than the mother that got an on-demand geofilter for her daughter's birthday. In the birthday geofilter scenario, there's much more personal and sentimental value wrapped up into it, thus they value it more. If the person values a geofilter too little, then it's probably not going to work out because you need to be able to charge enough to make sure the project is viable. If you want to make money, you actually need to turn down clients who don't value your services enough to make the project viable, and instead focus your energy on the people who value your services more and will actually pay you enough money to make the project viable. A way to figure out whether a project is viable is to figure out the minimum amount of cost involved into creating a geofilter and starting from there. The base cost is essentially going to be the minimum amount of money you're going to need to start a project no matter what. For example, if you know it's going to take 5 hours of work no matter what project you do, and you value your time at $10 an hour, then your base cost is going to be $50. Once you understand your base cost, if you get approached by someone who values the geofilter less than $50, you know that the project isn't viable. Once you have your base cost established, you can then add on to that depending on the needs for the project, as well as what the client values the geofilter at. It's actually appropriate to charge your clients more if they have more needs and they value your solution more. There's a few clients that I've worked with that have ordered multiple geofilters for hundreds of dollars, and they have come back to ask me whether that was it or whether there was more money to be paid. And when I told them that was it, they insisted on giving me more money. And the reason why this happened and why it's appropriate to charge more is because the client was valuing the solution more than the money that they were giving up. The fact that I wasn't charging the amount that they perceived the geofilter's value to be was a feeling that I wasn't going to dedicate the right amount of time or resources to the project that they wanted to see in it. To put this in perspective, let's say you want to find a place to get a haircut and you value your haircut at $20. Let's say you get to the haircut place and you ask them how much it's going to be, and they say it's going to be $10. Now, if you don't really care about how your hair is cut, you'll probably see this as a savings of $10. On the other hand, if you're really particular and you want a good haircut, you're probably going to feel compelled to either give them the full $20 so they can give you the right amount of time and attention on your haircut, or you're going to find another place that already values haircuts at $20. And this is why it's appropriate to charge more to people who value your solution more, because they want the feeling that you are going to dedicate the right amount of time and attention to their project that they feel it deserves. And the last thing with pricing is just to continue to experiment and be flexible in changing things up. It's not a hard and fast science, so always be trying to look where you can improve and where you can make things better. So now that we've covered how to attract clients, how to ask the right questions, and how to price geofilters, in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how that whole process works together from start to finish when you're working with clients.